Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath. Did I say that right?
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Okay, 1 a green and a blue for a 6/6. That seems very overstated, so I'm sure this is not going to be as good as I think it is. When Uro enters the battlefield, sacrifice it unless it escaped. I imagine I'm going to learn what that means momentarily. Whenever Uro enters the battlefield or attacks, you gain 3 life and draw a card. Then you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. This card is, like, insane. What the hell? And then escape. I figured I'd learn this at some point. For green, green, blue, blue, exile 5 other cards from your graveyard. You may cast this card from your graveyard for its escape cost. This is cool. This is like a very Yu-Gi-Oh card. I got to be honest with you. You definitely figured out a way to scratch the itch. God, I want to play this in all my commander decks now because I always like to play green, blue, and black. So you may have sold me on something here. Question.
Yeah.
This says when it enters the battlefield, you sacrifice it unless it's escaped. So, like, you could only play this from the graveyard theoretically, right? You have to, like, get this in the grave and then you get to play it because you have to escape it.
If you play it, but it hasn't escaped, it will enter the battlefield and 2 triggers will go on the stack. 1 will be to sacrifice Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath.
Okay.
The other will be to gain 3 life, draw a card, and then put a land from your hand onto the battle.
Play it? What?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no way this did not get banned. There's no way this did. This card is crazy. I was like, why does it even have a cost if it's like you have to escape it? But the fact that you can just play it for 3, gain 3, draw a card, and ramp, and then, like, you could theoretically just escape it next turn if you already, like, milled yourself a bunch, and then you get, like, a 6/6, and then you get to trigger it again because this card's so fucking crazy. This had to get banned. Surely this got banned. This card seems nuts. I want to play with this card.
That's how we know if it's banned or not.
Exactly. This is maybe one of the most Yu-Gi-Oh cards you've ever showed me, to be honest with you. This card's crazy.
I'm honestly, like, I'm looking back at, like, did I put this in your Tevel deck? I definitely should have.
If you did, I didn't see it. And I wish I did, because I would have probably read this on camera for our commander show and been like, there's no way this card's legal.
So I actually went back and checked a couple of videos to see if I had ever shown you Uro, because it was very much like, surely at some point we talked about Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath.
And we hadn't?
According to that.
Don't you have a spreadsheet? I thought you have a spreadsheet that has all the... Okay, well, now it's on there.
Yeah, it wasn't there. I was still expecting it. I was still...
Oh, that's funny.
I was still expecting you to say, I've seen this before. Even I was like, there's no way. There's no way. But as it turned out, apparently so. Here's Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath. Uro, Simo, Uro. I'll probably never be able to separate you guys ever again.
No shot.
That is my own oopsie for sure. So you're going with Uro was banned in Standard.
Yeah, like in Commander, I don't think this is bannable from the things that you showed me. And like the things I've learned are banned in Commander, I would think. But this card seems insane. Yeah, I think for Standard, this is like way above the power curve.
When Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath was revealed, it was in a set called Theros Beyond Death. This came out in either the end of January, early February, something like that.
Is that before Eldraine?
After Eldraine.
After Eldraine, but it's still part of Eldraine Standard because of the rotation and stuff.
Yep, so this was the set right after Eldraine, early on in the year of 2020. Okay. Eldraine came out in the fall of 99. So this was the Eldraine sequel. So in case anybody thought Magic was going to calm down, they saw Uro and were like, okay, that's fine. I think a lot of people, the moment they saw Uro, expected something to get banned. And I love bringing up Fire Design and its good old philosophy of replayability, because if you can imagine Uro coming out of the graveyard again and again and
the next day and the next day
and every single time it's getting you 3 life, and if it attacks, you get that too.
That's crazy. Like, it's not even, yeah, it's on attack too. It's not even just entering. Like, if he sticks, you just get to keep doing it. That's nuts.
Yeah, so what good is killing it? What does that do for you? Absolutely nothing. It's kind of insane that when it came out, it actually took a little while for people to like even solve this because the meta was so busted.
I could see
before
that.
Uro,
I could see that. But sure.
And to the point that Uro actually was completely legal.
Are you serious?
An incredible amount of time, all the way until September. When something happened, a certain other card was released. Do you remember Omnath?
I do. Yes, that's like the guy that's like, he's like the 4-color green blob thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Omnath, Locus of Creation, was released in September. And at this point, that payoff, of course, was for putting lands on the battlefield.
Landfall. Yeah. So then Uro could just double trigger. Oh my god.
Yep. So Uro and Omnath went together immediately, like peas and carrots.
Like you and I.
Yep, absolutely. They're the same person. And they're just endless value, endless life, endless just is what they are. And an emergency ban announcement occurred.
Emergency. Okay, wait, hold on. Yep. How often do you get emergency bans in your game?
You don't usually. So, just to depends.
Okay.
All right. Occasionally, mistakes are made, and emergency bans have to happen. And in this era, bans were happening more often than normal. But I think what made this ban particularly like eyebrow raising is in August of 2020. 4 cards were banned. We've seen 3 of them. Cauldron Familiar, Growth Spiral, and Teferi Time Raveler were banned in August.
Okay.
And the idea was like, everybody's like, oh, they're making room for the next set when Zendikar Rising comes out to matter.
That's like Yu-Gi-Oh.
But people were like, Uro wasn't banned? That's stupid. That card is busted. So in September, when Omnath comes out, and immediately the meta is like, oops, all Omnath and Uro decks everywhere, and there's an emergency ban announcement set for like a week and a half after the release of the set, everybody's like, yeah, they're just going to ban Omnath. That was clearly a mistake. Everybody who read that card knows that card's a mistake. They ban Uro.
Woo! We got it.
They leave Omnath.
That makes sense, though, because Omnath was fine. New, so like there's no shot they're going to ban it.
Yeah, so they were firing their shot at the $30 to $50 mythic that was a must-have and had already ruined the format for a period of time.
That's crazy.
And they thought that getting rid of Uro as an emergency ban in September might make Omnath okay. No, as we covered in the last video, Omnath was 72% of the next competitive games, the next competitive meta, which was a historic level, and was banned 1 month later. One month after.
I mean, that makes sense, though. Yu-Gi-Oh's had its handful of emergency ban lists, and typically, I want to say in most instances, it's like a couple weeks after there's like a mistake that needs to be corrected, because it's tough, right? Because a bunch of people bought product, and then it's like if people bought stuff on the secondary market, but like obviously they don't care about that. That could be like a whole discussion in and of itself.
What's the secondary market?
Sorry.
What's
that?
What are we talking about?
I don't know. Crazy. Yeah, weird concept.
Obviously, everybody always opened it from a booster pack, Seema.
Yeah, right.
Obviously.
Yeah, obviously. Sure. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, but
As of today, because of its just inevitability and endless nonsense, Uro is now banned in Pioneer, Modern, Historic, but it is legal in Commander, so maybe you can play it sometime.
All right, I know what I'm buying. I know the first card I'm going to buy is Rhystic Study. This might be the second card I buy. I'm not going to lie. This card's crazy.
Not a bad idea. And on top of that, I even get to, even though you got it right without even talking about some of these things, something you may have missed.
I know you were waiting to say it. I knew you were waiting to say it.
There are cards in Magic that let you, quote unquote, stifle triggers, counter triggered abilities.
Okay.
So if you play Uro and use a 1-mana effect that counters an ability, such as the card named Stifle itself, you can keep the gain 3 life draw a card ramp ability, but you can stifle the sacrifice ability and keep your Uro.
That's sick. Yes. That's so cool.
You can even resolve the Uro's ramp effect, because the land for some reason enters untapped. You can put the land in, then use that land and counter the stifle ability and keep the Uro. So you can do this for 3 mana.
I just realized that the land you put into play is untapped. It's not even tapped. That's so fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, this is a 2-mana card.
Literally, yeah. Wow.
Or if you just have a deck that mills, then you can just get this as free value from the graveyard later. My God, man.
I can see people really hating.
So toxic.
I was about to say, I can see people like I'm the new Magic player, so I can have like the moments everyone had when they first saw this card. But I can imagine after playing this in Standard for like 900 times, you're probably so sick of seeing this card.
And Modern and Pioneer,
and all the formats.
Yeah. Every format got
that's so funny.
Right
it's
in the
banned
face.
in like everything. That's crazy.
So, yep, you got that one right. I had a feeling you wouldn't get fooled by Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath. I can't believe it lasted in the format for as long as it did.
That's going to be a good one for your clip channel.
Were.
I can't remember the last time I got like that excited looking at a Magic card. I'll be honest with you.